Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the greatest football show in the world, episode 4 of Golden Square Football. I am your co-host Chris Atalla alongside the one and only Hussein Kamil. Hussein, what's up?
How's it going, Chris?
Pretty bad, actually.
Actually?
Actually.
What happened?
Well, La Liga kicked off, and unfortunately, my team did not do so well. But we'll get into that later.
We'll also talk about the Bundesliga with Bayern Munich starting their campaign today against Hertha Berlin at the Allianz Arena. We'll also talk about their poor form in the Super Cup as well as in the Cup last week. As Chris said earlier, Athletic Bilbao beat Barcelona at home 1-0 to start La Liga. Chris, can you tell us more about that game?
First of all, I'm not gonna get too reactionary because it's the first game of the season. San Mamés is Bilbao Stadium is always proven to be tough for Barcelona, even in Pep Guardiola's days. But I'm still disappointed. It's not the start we wanted, and excuse my French, but it was a shit show. I felt Valverde did not react well to the game. It's the same stuff we've been seeing last season. The team is static. It's not moving the ball well. Griezmann in the first half was isolated on the wing. Suarez missed an easy chance, then went off injured. Then Griezmann did move to his natural position as striker. Things looked better. Second half, we held the ball much better, but offensively, we were toothless, not lacking well. Yes, we were missing the greatest player in history, Lionel Messi, but the midfield for me was the problem. Yes, he went with a different lineup, playing De Jong, which I felt should have started 100%. He also played Carles Alenia and Sergi Roberto. I would have played Busquets probably, because in the first half, De Jong was marked very well by Bilbao. He couldn't get the ball moving like he usually does. Second half, as Barca began winning the midfield battle, he started seeing the ball more and moving it much better. But I would have played Busquets in the first half, probably instead of Sergi Roberto, because Sergio Roberto doesn't offer much in midfield other than being a workhorse. Mm-hmm. So I felt Busquets would have controlled the game better, allowed De Jong to move the ball like the way he does, interceptions, whatnot. But like I said, I'm not going to get too reactionary. It's the first game of the season. I expect better performances from Barca, especially with Messi coming back, so we'll see.
Let's move on now to Germany. As we said, Bundesliga started today. Before starting talking about the Bundesliga, let's talk about the huge news that came this afternoon about how Coutinho could be on his way to Germany. What do you think about that?
Well, it's actually picking up pace because he was in the match squad to face Bilbao, but an hour before the lineups were announced, reports came out from a Catalan journalist that said he was out of the squad and on his way to Bayern Munich, and that actually was true. I feel like it's a good move for him. He wasn't fitting Barca's system well. He was playing on the wing. It's not his best position. He couldn't play in the midfield because he's not good defensively, and we were always lacking when he plays in the midfield because we were very susceptible to counter-attacks. We were leaking goals when he was playing in the midfield. And left wing is not his natural position. Yeah. I feel like he'll do well in the Bundesliga. He needs a change of scenery. I think he'll thrive, honestly. Under a good manager, good system, he'll be a good player.
Yeah, in my opinion, it's not only that he needs a different system. I think Bayern right now, of course, we're judging from the first game in the Bundesliga. It's like we said, it's hard to judge the first game. But I think Bayern needs some help. Mm-hmm. They lost in bad fashion against Dortmund in the Super Cup. They barely, well, not barely, 3-1 is not barely, but against a 4th division team that just got relegated from the 3rd division. Their name is not even something I want to pronounce. It almost sounds like Cotton Buds, but it's Cottbus. They won 3-1. They come into this game, Hertha Berlin. They won the last 7 opening day games. They've won 24 of their last meetings against Berlin at the Allianz Arena. They go down 2-1 at halftime and they score a penalty. The weirdest penalty, by the way. The ball was maybe 20 feet away from goal, 30 feet away from goal, and Lewandowski alone in the penalty box. The guy just barely holds him like this and pulls him down. With VAR in check, I don't know why he would do that. He calls the penalty. Lewandowski converts it like on the 60-minute mark. They have 30 minutes to score a goal. I can't tell you what they did wrong. It's just that weren't lucky today. Serge Gnabry, the old Arsenal player, was really good. He was very attacking-minded. He put a lot of balls in. He put a lot of shots in. But like I said, either the goalkeeper came out with them or they were off target. But they end up with a 2-2 draw. Of course, Bayern will be very disappointed. Hertha Berlin will be very happy. They were 11th last year. A point to start the season at Allianz Arena was really good for them. Alright, so that concludes episode 4 of Golden Square Football. We barely talked the Premier League. We talked Bundesliga. We talked La Liga, Barca, and Bayern. Please tell us what you think in the comment section below. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video. Subscribe to see more episodes like this. Watch episodes 1, 2, 3 and tell us what you think as well. The Premier League Game Week 2 starts tomorrow. So we'll bring you an episode as soon as the game week ends. And until then, take care. Peace.